There may be times when you need to audit the actions that people take on content. This might especially be the case if you're dealing with a legal or a sensitive issue. You can audit, for example, the changes that people make to a file, such as when they create, delete, modify, or move the file. You can also see when people change policies or permissions. You can also see the searches that people perform on your site. Let's take a look at the Site Collection Audit settings for the site collection. Let's go to Site Settings, and then click Site Collection Audit Settings. So I'm going to have this report trimmed to the last 7 days, and I'll have older data saved in shared documents, and I'll specify the events to audit, including editing, checking out or in, moving, deleting or restoring, changing content types, the searches, and editing users and permissions. Now I'll click OK. Now let's run an audit log report. You can see reports on specific actions such as viewing or modification. You can see reports on information management policies, or also changes to security and site settings. I'm going to create a custom report. So I could restrict this report to a specific location, but in this case I won't. You can specify a start date and an end date. In this case, because the end date is today, I just need to specify a start date. I'll set that to this past Monday. And now I get to choose which events to include in my report. So now I'll click OK. Then I can click this link to view the report. The first page contains a summary of all the actions. And I can also see the details by clicking on the Report Data tab. The first 2 columns deal with the server events and might be helpful if a site administrator is trying to track down a specific action. The rest of the report describes the type of item, the user that performed the action, the date, and other details. What I'd like to do is to filter out the events so that I only see which files were deleted. Now I can see the files in the document location column. We keep expanding that column. Now we can see which files were deleted on the site collection. Auditing content can be a helpful way to see which actions take place on the content on your site.